Do you ever wake up feeling like your body just isn't quite on your side anymore? Perhaps your joints ache a little more than they used to, or your mind feels a bit foggier in the mornings, taking longer to truly spark to life. Maybe you find yourself staring at the ceiling as the sun rises, wondering where that boundless energy of your younger years went, or why simply getting out of bed feels like a significant accomplishment. It's a reality many of us face as we accumulate more years. A sense of slow but steady decline that can creep into our daily lives, making simple tasks feel burdensome and robbing us of the zest we once had for each new day. We start to accept these changes as an inevitable part of getting older, almost like a default setting, and we might even tell ourselves, well, what do you expect at my age? But what if I told you that it doesn't have to be that way? What if I shared a secret? Not a complicated regimen, not an expensive cure, but a simple morning routine that has allowed me, at 94 years young, to feel healthier, more vibrant, and more alive than ever before. It might sound surprising, even a little unbelievable, but it's true. And in this video, I'm going to open up about my personal morning ritual, 5 very simple habits that have become the bedrock of my enduring well-being, helping me maintain my strength, keep my mind sharp, and truly embrace every single day with joy and energy. These are not grand gestures, but small, consistent acts that add up to a profound difference. Watch to the end for something that will truly surprise you. Now, let's dive right into the heart of what makes my mornings so special and, frankly, so effective for my overall health. The very first habit, and perhaps the most foundational, is something incredibly simple. Something we all know we should do, but often don't do effectively, especially first thing in the morning: proper hydration. You see, when you wake up, your body has been without water for many hours, sometimes 6, 7, or even 8 hours. That's a long time to go without any fluid intake. During the night, your body continues to perform vital functions. It processes, it repairs, it cleanses. And all of these processes use water. So, by the time your alarm rings, or the sunlight streams through your window, your body is in a state of mild dehydration. Think of it like a plant that hasn't been watered overnight. It might not be wilting, but it's certainly not as perky as it could be. For me, the very first thing I do, before I even think about getting out of bed or checking the news, is reach for a large glass of water that I always keep on my bedside table. This isn't just any water. It's room temperature water, sometimes with a squeeze of fresh lemon. Why room temperature? Because cold water can be a bit of a shock to your system first thing in the morning, and your body has to expend energy to warm it up. Room temperature water is gentler, and your body can absorb it more readily. And the lemon. Oh, the lemon is a wonderful addition. It's not just for a little zing. Lemon water helps to kickstart your digestive system. It aids in detoxification, and it provides a little boost of vitamin C. It's like giving your internal organs a gentle, refreshing shower. This simple act of drinking a large glass, sometimes 2, of room temperature water immediately upon waking has an incredible ripple effect throughout my entire day. Firstly, it wakes up my organs. My kidneys get a gentle nudge. My digestion starts to stir, and my blood begins to flow more smoothly. I notice a distinct difference in my energy levels almost immediately. Instead of feeling sluggish and foggy, my mind starts to clear, and my body feels more responsive. It helps with regularity too, which, let's be honest, is something many of us over a certain age think about more often than we used to. A well-hydrated system means everything functions more smoothly, and that includes your bowels. I used to occasionally experience those uncomfortable moments of sluggishness, but since consistently adopting this morning hydration habit years ago, those issues have become a distant memory. It also impacts my skin, making it feel more supple and hydrated, and even my concentration throughout the morning. It's truly like flipping a switch that says, "Okay, body, we're awake, we're ready to go." And it sets a positive tone. This small, effortless act of self-care right at the beginning of the day builds a foundation of mindful living. It says, I prioritize my well-being. It's not about chugging water, it's about mindfully sipping, allowing your body to absorb this essential life force. This foundational habit is key, but it leads us beautifully into the second crucial morning secret that works hand in hand with good hydration. You see, once my body feels a little more awake and hydrated, the second essential habit I turn my attention to is gentle movement. And I emphasize the word gentle. We're not talking about high-impact aerobics or running a marathon here. We're talking about waking up the body gradually and kindly. Think of it as inviting your muscles and joints to join the day, rather than forcing them. For me, this means about 15 to 20 minutes of light stretching and movement right there in my bedroom. I often start before I even get out of bed, perhaps with some gentle ankle rotations, pointing and flexing my toes, or carefully bringing my knees to my chest, one at a time. This helps to get the blood flowing to my extremities and warms up my joints. Once I'm out of bed, I move to a soft rug and continue with some standing stretches. This could be reaching my arms overhead, gently twisting my torso from side to side, or doing some slow, mindful bends to touch my toes if I'm feeling particularly flexible that day. The key is to listen to my body. Some days I feel a little stiffer, and on those days, the movements are even slower and more deliberate. Other days, I feel more limber, and I might hold the stretches a little longer. It's not about pushing yourself to discomfort. It's about finding that sweet spot where you feel a gentle lengthening and opening in your muscles. The benefits of this gentle morning movement are truly profound. Firstly, it significantly reduces morning stiffness. That feeling of being creaky or having to get going slowly seems to melt away much faster. My joints feel more lubricated, and my muscles feel less tense. This immediately improves my mobility and makes everyday tasks like getting dressed, reaching for something on a shelf, or bending down to tie my shoes feel much easier and less taxing. Secondly, this gentle movement helps to improve my circulation. As you move your body, your heart gently pumps blood more efficiently, ensuring that oxygen and nutrients are delivered to every cell in your body. This, in turn, contributes to a feeling of greater energy and mental clarity. It's like oiling the engine of your car. Everything just runs more smoothly. Thirdly, and perhaps most importantly for older adults, it helps maintain balance and flexibility. As we age, our balance can sometimes become compromised, and our flexibility can decrease, which increases the risk of falls. By consistently engaging in gentle stretching and movement, I'm actively working to counteract these natural tendencies. It keeps my muscles limber, my range of motion healthy, and my proprioception, which is your body's sense of its position in space, sharp. It's preventative medicine. Really, it's an investment in my future mobility and independence. It's about being able to continue to do the things I love, whether it's gardening, playing with my great-grandchildren, or simply walking confidently around my home. This gentle routine also serves as a beautiful transition from sleep to wakefulness. It's a moment of mindfulness, where I connect with my body, acknowledge how it feels, and prepare it for the day ahead. And it beautifully prepares me for the next step in my morning ritual. Once I've hydrated and gently awakened my body, the third habit I embrace is mindful nourishment. And specifically, I focus on a breakfast that truly fuels my body and mind, rather than just filling my stomach. This isn't about counting calories or adhering to strict diets. It's about choosing foods that are rich in nutrients, easy to digest, and provide sustained energy. For me, this usually involves a bowl of steel-cut oats, not the instant kind, because the steel-cut variety are less processed and release energy more slowly. To this, I add a handful of berries, usually blueberries or raspberries, because they are packed with antioxidants, which are wonderful for brain health and overall cellular protection. Sometimes I'll add a sprinkle of chia seeds or ground flax seeds, which are incredible sources of fiber and omega-3 fatty acids, essential for heart health and reducing inflammation. And to make it a little creamier and add some healthy fats, I often include a tablespoon of natural almond butter or a few walnuts. This breakfast isn't just a meal. It's a strategic part of my morning routine. The complex carbohydrates in the oats provide a steady release of glucose, which means my energy levels remain stable throughout the morning, avoiding those mid-morning slumps that can make you feel tired and irritable. The fiber from the oats, berries, and seeds is paramount for digestive health. It keeps everything moving smoothly, which, as we discussed earlier, is vital for comfort and overall well-being. A healthy gut is increasingly recognized as a cornerstone of overall health, influencing everything from immunity to mood. I've found that when I start my day with this kind of nourishing meal, my digestion feels lighter, more efficient, and I avoid that heavy, bloated feeling that can sometimes come with less optimal breakfast choices, beyond the physical benefits. This mindful eating practice also contributes to my mental clarity. My brain, like any other organ, needs good fuel to function optimally. The antioxidants in the berries and the healthy fats from the nuts and seeds are like superfoods for cognitive function, helping to keep my memory sharp and my focus strong. Instead of rushing through breakfast, I take my time, savoring each bite, truly tasting the food, and feeling grateful for the nourishment. This mindful approach helps me to be more present and sets a calm, deliberate tone for the rest of my day. It's not just about what I eat, but how I eat it. And once my body is nourished, I turn my attention to something equally vital for keeping my mind as spry as my body. The fourth habit I embrace every single morning is actively engaging my mind. You see, just as your body needs exercise, your brain thrives on stimulation. For me, this is typically about 30 to 45 minutes dedicated to an activity that challenges my cognitive abilities. This isn't passive screen time, it's active engagement. My personal preference is reading a good book, usually a nonfiction book that makes me think, perhaps about history, or a new scientific discovery, or even a biography. Getting lost in a book, truly immersing myself in the narrative or the ideas presented, requires focus, memory, and comprehension. It strengthens those neural pathways and keeps my mind nimble. It's like a morning workout for my brain cells. The benefits here are immense. Regular reading, especially challenging material, is well documented to help maintain cognitive function as we age, even potentially delaying the onset of cognitive decline. It broadens my horizons, introduces me to new perspectives, and keeps my curiosity alive. It's a wonderful way to learn something new every day, which I believe is incredibly important at any age. But reading isn't the only option. On days when I feel like a different kind of mental challenge, I might delve into a crossword puzzle, a Sudoku, or even a logic puzzle. These activities are fantastic because they require problem-solving skills, critical thinking, and pattern recognition. They force your brain to work in different ways, exercising different cognitive muscles. Some mornings, I might even try to learn a few new words in a language I've always been fascinated by. Just a few phrases. Or spend some time playing a strategy game on my tablet. The key is consistent mental stimulation. It's about preventing stagnation and keeping the mind agile and adaptable. I've noticed that on days when I skip this mental engagement, I feel a little less sharp, a little more prone to distraction later in the day. But when I've spent that dedicated time to really engage my brain, I feel more focused, more articulate, and more ready to tackle any challenges the day might bring. This habit isn't just about preventing memory loss. It's about actively enhancing my mental vitality, ensuring that my mind remains a vibrant and curious place. And this mental cultivation seamlessly leads me to the fifth and final habit that truly ties everything together: nurturing my spirit and perspective. Finally, after nourishing my body with water and good food, and my mind with engaging activity, the fifth habit I cherish and integrate into my morning is a quiet moment of connection and gratitude. This isn't about adherence to any particular philosophy or religion, but about nurturing my inner well-being and perspective. For me, this often involves stepping out onto my porch, even for just a few minutes, weather permitting, to simply observe the world waking up around me. I might watch the birds flitting about, notice the way the sunlight catches the leaves on the trees, or feel the gentle breeze on my skin. It's a simple act of connecting with nature, with the world beyond my four walls, and it brings a profound sense of peace and groundedness. In this quiet time, I practice gratitude. I mentally list 3 to 5 things I am truly thankful for in that moment. It could be something as simple as the warmth of my morning tea, the comfort of my home, the sound of a loved one stirring, or the fact that I woke up feeling well. This isn't a superficial exercise. It's a deeply meaningful practice that shifts my focus from any worries or anxieties to the abundance and beauty that already exist in my life. The impact of this gratitude practice is immeasurable. It changes my entire outlook for the day. Instead of approaching the day with a sense of obligation or potential stress, I begin it with a feeling of appreciation and positivity. It's a powerful antidote to negativity and helps cultivate a resilient spirit. When you actively seek out things to be grateful for, you train your brain to notice the good, even amidst challenges. It boosts my mood, reduces any underlying stress, and helps me maintain a clear and hopeful perspective. No matter what comes my way, this connection with nature and practice of gratitude is a moment of spiritual nourishment that recharges my spirit and reminds me of the simple joys of being alive. It's about finding serenity in the present moment, acknowledging the gift of another day, and embracing the beauty of life, even the smallest details. This final habit, perhaps more than any other, has allowed me to approach my advanced years not with trepidation, but with a deep sense of joy, peace, and vibrant energy. It reminds me that true health encompasses not just the physical and mental, but also the emotional and spiritual dimensions of our being. So, there you have it. My 5 morning secrets that have truly transformed my life and allowed me to thrive at 94. It all begins with that intentional hydration, drinking a large glass of room temperature water right upon waking, setting the stage for internal cleansing and energy. Then, it flows into gentle movement, waking up the body with kind stretches and promoting flexibility and circulation, preparing my physical self for the day ahead. This is followed by mindful nourishment, choosing a wholesome breakfast that truly fuels my body and brain for sustained energy and sharp cognitive function. Next comes engaging my mind, challenging my brain with reading or puzzles, ensuring that my mental faculties remain as vibrant as my physical ones. And finally, cultivating that quiet connection and gratitude, stepping into nature or simply acknowledging the blessings in my life, anchoring my spirit in peace and positivity. These aren't grand, complex rituals that demand hours of your time. They are simple, accessible habits, each building upon the last, forming a powerful synergy that contributes to a holistic sense of well-being. Remember, small changes made consistently can make an incredibly big difference to your health and happiness, especially as we navigate the later chapters of our lives. You have the power to influence how you feel every single day, to cultivate energy, clarity, and joy. I truly hope that hearing about my morning routine has inspired you to consider how you might nurture your own mornings and, in turn, your entire life. I would absolutely love to hear from you. What are your own morning habits that help you feel your best? Or perhaps you're going to try one of mine. Please share your thoughts and experiences in the comments section below. Your insights could be exactly what someone else needs to hear. If you found this video helpful and inspiring, please do give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel for more gentle guidance and encouraging content on living your best life at every age. Thank you for spending this time with me. Live your best life at every age.